Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you're watching from. Mariam Nakuja, the Ladies Guide, your emotional wellness guide. Every Friday, talk about the things that man are going to buy, but which makes life worth living, your emotions. Today, we are having a continuation on why you need to control your feelings in love. And in today's session, we want to remind you to always remember who is the boss when it comes to love. Is it the emotions or is it the brain?
She's a lady, she's a Cancer.
Yes, previously we had a session on why you need to control your emotions, especially in matters of love. And we said emotional control in love matters is one of the most important things any lady or every lady must be doing. If you don't do that, then the heart will control most aspects of your life. And we gave an introduction on feelings, engeri ezizanyisa omutima gwo n'obwongo bwo era n'ebivaamu nga tomanaginze feelings zo. So previous session twayogera about feelings, how they betray women, because we are feelings creatures and we mostly think with our heart. However, it's not wise. Okay, so the intention of the session is okubajjukiza nti omutima guleta romantic feelings. However, the brain comes in to control you in all the actions when it comes to love matters, to avoid heartbreak, to avoid bitterness, to avoid being very angry in matters of relationships. So abataliwo twabasomesa nti when you take care of your emotions, bw'olabirira ennewulirayo oba okukyamukirira okulitibwa love, kikuyamba gwe ng'omuntu okulivinga a balanced life ate n'okufuuka productive. Okay, because people who go in love wholesale ne bayingira omukwano nga tebafuddeeyo bamaliriza ng'abejjusa, bamaliriza banyiivu, ate bamanyiza bavuma laavu nti laavu si ntuufu, era namaliriza mbagamba nti omutima tegutera kuba mutuufu, obwongo bubeera obutuufu. So if you missed, we said you learn how to think fast than acting on your emotions. Number 2, it will save you from heartbreak. And number 3, it will avoid you being bitter to men, especially abachala. So this session was basically for ladies, women, because men are logical beings. Okay, so finally twabagamba the how-tos over how to stop that feeling of kyamukirira, how to control your feelings in love, ziri ku channel membership. Okay, ba members baffe aba ladies guide balina groups 2 ku channel ne ku WhatsApp group bebagenda ofuna videos zino eziri full nga zirimu solution. Okay, so the channel membership has 3 levels: level 1, level 2 and level 3. Twina our lifetime membership as our level 3, twina solutions at level 2, and level 1 is our fans. Okay, abagala ladies guide abayimidde nga bawulya nga banjagala you level 1. Era channel ebawa emitendera mu mutambulira. Abasobola okugenda ku channel, well and good. Abatasobola kugenda ku channel, you can always have a WhatsApp group. We have it, and you just join to receive all this useful content. So the solutions for our last week's session will be on the video to the channel members. In case you're not a member, please register with membership on the numbers below, or just go to the channel and click membership, join the group of the enlightened in love. Abachala abakozesa omutima n'obwongo mu ngeri emu. Okay, siba nabakozesa omutima gokka bakubira yanyu bakyawa love. So twaga kukyawa love tuyige engeri gye controllingamu mu matters the emotion. Mariam Nakuja, I'm the ladies guide, your emotional wellness guide. So that well said, let's dive direct into the session for today. The session for today is Know Your Boss. Ani mukama wa munne. Because just in life, if you don't know who your boss is, you can step on their toe. You can overlook them, and there is huge repercussions for not knowing who the boss is. So when it comes to love also, love neina ani mukama wa munne, ani asookayo managoberera, ani akontrolinga munne. Obutamanya ani akontrolinga munne kireetedde abantu abasinga okukozesa emotions in matters of love where the mind actually is supposed to be engaged. Okay, awandibadde obwongo bw'okozesa bw'oteekawo omutima, awandibadde omutima oteekawo obwongo. So you need to know who your boss is. Is it the brain or is it the emotion? And that's the reason for today's show. So, njagala kuddamu okubajjukiza, when you talk about feelings, when you talk about love, we have two actors in the field. Abazanyi b'omuzannyo guno bali babiri be mutalaba. Asooka bwongo, addako mutima. Oba asooka mutima, addako bwongo. Oba emotions, oba brain. Okay? Call it anything. You can call it a heart, you can call it the mind, you can call it the emotions, you can call it the brain. But these are the two actors when it comes to your personal lives and how you treat love. So either of these actors takes precedence in your life. Omu ku bo azannyo omuzannyo mu bulamu bwo. Bw'otakozesa bwongo okozesa mutima. Bw'otakozesa mutima okozesa bwongo. Naye omu ku bo takes the precedence. So when you fall in love, when you're in a relationship, when you're in a marriage, one of those two actors is acting yadde oba tomulaba. Okay? So abakyala abasinga, because twatondebwa nga tuli mu feelings, which is absolutely right. And like I told you, all of us are feelings creatures. It is intentional, it is responsibility okubeera nga wejjukiza nti kakati ndi mutima kangendeko mbongo. Tekyo kitubawo wano kiyingizaako okubajjukiza nti oyingireko waggulu oveeko wano yadde baakutondera wano, because wano mu kizuge tewakola. Era buli akozeseza omutima ebyabatukako mu bimanyi. Okay? You make wrong judgments, you give too much too soon, you go overboard and give too much where you're not supposed to be, you forget about yourselves, nemujjukira nga ate n'emyaka gigenze okujjukira okulabira obulamu bwo. So bye byonna bye mulaba mu bulamu bwammwe biva ku kintu eki butamanya ku controllinga feelings zo n'obwongo bwo, because those are two bosses in your life. Okay? And one of them has to take precedence or importance in play when it comes to love matters. So then, most of the time, as a lady, you react to feelings. You react to feelings, not to the brain, instead of controlling feelings. So every time you feel, you just feel carelessly. Nti otuuka n'obeera mu feelings, niweerabira nti feelings tezikola most of the time. They are important, but when it comes to matters of judgment and decision making, in matters of relationships, you have to be careful with feelings. They can mess up the big percentage of your life. Many of you have ended up in debt with relationships. Yes, you've lost money, they've reached you on your money, they made you make bad decisions because they won't take a day. Okay? So by the end of this session, you will love very well. And you'll never have wars with love, because otambulidde emitendera emituufu, omutima ogwina, love enyuma nnyo era okyamukedde naye nga oddako waggulu ojjukire ani mukama wa munne. So njagala okubajjukiza nti simply acting with your heart instead of your head is not wise. Both of them must take play. As you're acting with your heart, go back to the brain. As you're acting with your brain, go back to the heart. Then you know when to switch emotions. Switch eyo wewali obuzibu. Ddi wogenda mu mutwe, ddi wogenda wansi. A solution to judgibawa later on. So when it comes to relationships, when it comes to love, when I say relationship, I mean every relationship, whether it's marriage, whether it's courtship, whether it is dating, which is going to take it away, because me, I'm a love relationship coach. So Saula, which one? So that's why I sit here with one. Okay? Okay? So if you're in courtship, if you're in dating, if you're in marriage, it is the same rule. Feelings are feelings. Okay? So if you want to be a lady who does not care, who doesn't want to have issues with the heart, okay? Then it is your personal choice. I told you. Wait for the repercussions. But if you're this strong woman who doesn't want to have issues with men, you must learn how to use the two into relationship, the emotions and the brain. Okay? So let's forget about romance a bit. Today we're going. Oh no, yemukama wono. Period. Oh no, yemukama wono. Kakati we go wochichusa ono nomufula mukama wono. Owedde. Okay? So the heart can never rule the mind. The mind is the biggest organ that has ever been made by God. Era singa nkusomera emigaso gy'obwongo nnyenya n'omutwe bw'oti. nti Katonda yabawa obwongo, yawawa ekintu ekiri very important, tewali kigenda kyenkana wonna earth or any other planet. So when you know that the mind is very powerful, you don't subject it to anything. Don't subdue it to anything. Don't make it secondary to anything. Okay? It is very important. So kitegeeza nti ani mukama wa munne, if we ask who is the boss, the brain comes first. Why? Because it is logical. It is not excited by emotions. The heart needs that excitement. The mind needs logical decisions. So, yes, your brain is your boss. And the emotions must follow. So when it comes to emotional control, when women should be emotional, when they should not be emotional, it is very difficult and it's the hardest part because it takes discipline. Kizibu nnyo omukyalo okuva mu emotions ne mu feelings kubanga kyetagamu omulimu okwejjukiza nti obwongo ye kabaka waani w'omutima awo abantu wazibu. Many of you have been in a relationship where you see the truth. The guy is a jerk. He's narcissistic. He is selfish. He's a loser. He's a cheater, liar, gigolo, everything. And everything, the red flags are like this. No chiraba, no limano chivani. Ningo chitegede. Brain yema zokama nenga ndaba. Wanaga nenza ate nyumirwa. That is the conflict. So, omuntu okuva mu excitement ya love, nagenda mu judgment. Nagamba manyi, being in a narcissistic marriage is going to lead me to a mad woman. Yes, all women go through narcissism. Bamala balinga balalu. If you've missed my show on narcissism, please type Mariam Naguja narcissism. Because I gave you a full package on narcissism. Narcissism chekolo bulamu bw'omuntu. Omaliza oli mulalu, omaliza ofiirwa buli kimu, you lose your everything. Love nefuukanga one of the painful things you've ever had in your life. Ekyambe kisanyusa. So, if you find yourself that you cannot run away from a narcissistic marriage, a narcissistic partner, a loser, a jerk, a gigolo, nga omutima gwo guganye, then this is the show to help you to make a judgment call. Remember, when it comes to the end of life, it is your personal responsibility to be who you're supposed to be. Tewali n'omu kaabe mama wakuzaala, kaabe mwana gwozaala. When it comes to life, it is a single play. Era omaliriza bagamba nti yali bw'ati. On your end of life, bagamba nti tubuulire. How was Josephine in her life? Conclusions abantu bajja zikola. Bambi omukyalo ogwo. Bambi omwami yamuyisa bubi nnyo. Bibyo ejja okwogera. Okay? Ate tugenda kudda. Yo universe ngereta mulala. Ng'anyumirwa obulamu bugwe ogenze. Okay? So, live today responsibly. Don't allow relationships, love, to overshadow reasoning of who you're supposed to be. Your personal life. Because if you go, narcissism kills. Narcissism kills. Women have committed suicide. Men have committed suicide. People die of heartbreak. Omenye kwa mutima nogwa wayi nozirika nofa. Ofira ddala. Don't underestimate love. Because it's a very powerful emotion. So then when you're on the crossroads of life, ng'olemeddwa okusalawo ekintu okirabye, obwongo babukulaze, obwongo bugambye nti naye olabye nti ye, nange nzikiriza n'okiremeramu. I always tell anyone who comes to me ng'alina ekintu bwekityo n'agamba naye ate kansigale ne mugamba kankusabire. Era nsigala nkusabira. And I wait for a story. Okay? So, don't ever fear in life that you never find someone to love you. Never be afraid. No matter how old you are. Buli myaka girina omwetaago. Buli myaka girina omuntu waajo. Even if you're 60, ojja kufuna akwagalira mu 60 years. Ayinza obutaba ng'oli gwe wandifunye ng'okyali muto naye ajja kubaayo. So let not people be desperate for relationships to think that they can never be loved. And they give away everything including your own life. No fear now. Because otidde. Okay? Have that self-confidence that when it comes to love, Katonda akimanyi buli omu yataga love mu nature. Kakibe kisolo, kakibe every animal has its own mate. Okay? So never be so afraid that if I leave, if I'm in a bad relationship, kansigale kumanga tibali agenda kuntwala, bajja kutwala. Overcome that fear of loss of love. When you overcome the fear of loss of love, then you will never accept shabby treatment. You'll never use your heart to make decisions. You'll never subject your brain to the feelings because you've understood that at every level of life, you'll find someone who loves you. Doubt it, woman. I've seen people getting married at 60. I think but this time women. Nakamanda was looking for companionship. Amufunye. Naye ebyetaago by'emyaka egyo si bye bimu n'ebiri bye wayina. That's the only difference. Until in 60s, 70s, 50s, wetaaga companion oba tukyanoonya ssente na teenage love. Yet wobeera mu 20s, you need teenage love. Okay? So the difference is in the age. I said it in the book Emotional Happiness, where I said dating by age. Buli myaka gyina ebyetaago byakyo, period. You will never be the same in 40s. You will never be the same in 50s. Ebyetaago byabikyuse ne bibagamba luli ku needs assessment. Tegeera omwagalwawo emyaka gyalimu n'ebyetaago bitonde tya teenage love wano wendi. Eyo nagiyita muddeyo okuula obusubi n'okulumwa ensiri ku kkubo ng'olinze mwagalo. Eyo si kyagirimu. Because ate awo weewa bali abaana abato temuddeyo mabega. Bali be bakuula obusubi nga bamugamba ekigambo I love you nakolera bw'ati. Ng'ekigambo kinene kijja. Ne gwe wasa okigamba n'okwata obusubi n'obukuulayo. Mugamba kakati abakiŋŋambye. No so webase, don't be excited over love. Words. Ladies, the moment you clock 30 and above, words don't matter. I told you action matters. Action matters. No matter how a man throws all those silver linings of words with a silver tongue, mugambe action matters. Ebyo bigambo binyumira bali abaana ba teenager abakyali mu high school. They have nothing to lose. And they have a long way in life to experience life. And they can make mistakes and redo them. You don't have the chance to. So then, when someone comes with a silver tongue of words, always remind them, action speaks louder than words. Love with action, not words. That is the only solution. And give yourself peace of mind. To feeling guilt into oganya. Never feel sorry for saying no to something which is not right. Because I told you, love is black or white, never grey. Either omuntu akwagala oba takwagala, tewali kiri wakati awo. Either they are going to use you and abuse you. There is nothing like in between of love. So then, don't subject the brain to the heart. Who is the boss? The brain is the boss. That is your boss. Kitegeeza nga tonnaba na kukkiriza bigambo bya ebiwoomanga sweet. Soko ojjukira kye kugamba. If somebody is a jerk, narcissistic, a player, cheater, liar, it doesn't matter how sweet love is. You will end exactly the way you saw it in the beginning. In fact, this time worse. Because you'll cry. Okay? So, avoid your emotions to control your brain, period. That's the answer. When the heart feels excited, ask the brain next, what do you see? Tujabalaga, the solutions to how to control your feelings in each phase of your love life. Buli phase, ina control ndala. Okay? So, let's look at when to control your feelings. Someone may ask, when do I do that? When do I? When do I control my feelings? When do I control my emotions? When? Because I told you we have 5 honest working men. Okay? We have what? How? Why? When? Who? Buli chokolanga webuzanga ebintu ebyo bitano. What? How? Why? When? And who? That is the answer to all solutions in life. So when it comes to feelings and their control, when? Because we've looked at the what, we looked at the why, and the how will be given you at the channel memberships. Abali ba channel member bange, betugenda okuwa the how. Bane nabagambe, period. Solutions are to the members because they have loved us. They are supporting the channel and they must have the best. Here we shall introduce the problem, the what, the why, the who, and the when will be given here. But the how, find it at the channel membership. Abali ku WhatsApp, n'abali ku channel membership ya YouTube, bebagenda kufuna the how. But when, what, why, who, we shall get it clear. Okay? So let's look at the when. When should you control your feelings? Deal with controlling your feelings. So, controlling feelings is the most important thing in 2 stages of your love life. Nti controlling ennewulirayo mu kukyamukirira eri important mu phases bili. Number 1, in the morning of the relationship. Number 2, in the evening of the relationship. Morning of the relationship nga mutandika, butterflies in the stomach, wakamulaba yakakulaba, mukola promises ezin'ez'obulimba ezikyamukiriza ezitakyamukiriza. Everyone is like in another person's heart. You need to control your feelings at the morning of the relationship, the butterfly days. And that is when many people make mistakes. Many mistakes that disturb you in the evening of the relationship began in the morning. Remember, the foundation of the building is more important than the roof. Ekizimba oba ekizimba, foundation esinga omugaso okusinga gy'oteeka waggulu. Kakati bwe tugenda ku the roof of the relationship, which is the evening, nga relationship ekaddiye eweddeko, omusingi kwe mugizimbidde tegugenda determininga end ya relationship eyo. Mwatandika mutya awabira answer. So the morning of the relationship, you must pay attention to feelings. Nga mutandika ne bwoba okyamukiridde otya, ne wulya butterflies mu lubuto, ne wulya ng'ofunye anxiety at night. Omanyi bw'oba wakalaba omuntu n'ekyo tebwebaka, obudde bw'atenga ekutta, bw'omulabako owulira nga tokyategeera, weegamu buli kimu osigalirewo. That is the morning. You can't even see the red flags. Buli kimu mugamba bakulimba, ne bakuwoninga ogamba temumbulya musooke mundeke, amazima ngalabi naye nina kyempulya kyemutamanyi. That is the morning of the relationship. So that is when control of feelings is more important in the morning than the evening. So then, automatically, the evening is the end of the relationship. When there is separation, divorce, parting of ways, where the relationship seems as if bakulimba. Chotalaba mu beginning kati ogamba nga as if bakulimba. That is the evening of the relationship. When it is at its end, you need to control emotions also. Because those two extremes are very important. Beginning and end. One writer said, when you're learning a piano, the beginning is most important. Forget about the middle and how you end it. People will remember the end more than the beginning. People remember the end more than the beginning. You will have the impact of the relationship in the end more than the beginning. In fact, the beginning will be forgotten. That's what they said. So woba oyiga piano entandikwa bagyerabira naye omaliriza otya abagenda kuba ngalo okumaliriza kuli important. So finish well when it comes to relationships. So in that matter, therefore, let's start with the evenings because it's the most important. Omaliriza otya relationship, because it will always come. It will always come. Always there is an evening. Nga bw'oba kuzaala n'okula n'okaddiwa n'ogenda mu evening. Ng'olunaku lutandika ne lugenda mu evening. Everything in life has an evening. Always wait for the evening. But how you end matters. So let's look at how to control your feelings in the evening days of the relationship. So the evening of love, nga relationship irregular, when you've discovered that you married a narcissist, when you discover that you love the cheater, a liar, abuser, they leech on your money, they will not be taking it. They even lied to you. They wanted someone to use. They will not be taking it. And you in the evening. At that particular moment, that's when you need more emotional control. Because oli mu busungu, oli mu kwejjusa, oli mu frustration, not to forget depression, worry, anxiety, and the fear of the future. Byonna bijja mu kaseera ako. N'ogamba kati ndagawa. Olabona nkoze bwati ndagawa kati. Okay? So at that particular moment, we want to pay attention to the feelings, how they play in your evening days of love. When you know how to control feelings in the evening days, it is going to be very easy for you to heal through the process and to find new love, if that is your wish. To rest well, even after you've been abused in love, and not to hate love. Okay? Because many people, when they go through separation, divorce, heartbreak or breakup, they become something else. That's why we said a narcissist changes you at the end of a relationship. See a way. Yaingia relationship ngoli muchamufu uvamu nga enviri zimite omutwe bweziti. Nga okyuse bwe mugagamba nga okyuse. Narcissism can change you. That's why nabadde narcissistic survivors recovery. Nti abantu ba recovering eddala love enyuma ogiddemu. Nito okudayo ng'oli munazi naawe. Anti bakumya noga naye kankyekole. Okay? So, when you are in the evening of your life or in a relationship, especially when you've grown, because my research has shown that women in 50s and above, because many of them are my clients, have the same problems. Abachala kuna bali myaka 45 and above, banyumiza bibi mulavu. Bakwa baba tebemanyi tebenyumizako. Because most of the time, a woman's beauty is very cherished at a young age. With ladies, with women, beauty is age, not looks. So the older you grow, the more you get a bunch of relationship problems. In fact, you need more emotional support as you are growing. Okay? So when you clock 50 years, women go into depression, anxiety. Yes. Because as you grow, your relationship needs change. Okay? Especially being replaced by a younger woman. Most of the time. Okay? So then, you need more emotional support. Okay? So, the obvious action when women discover that relationships are not worked is to beg, to plead for forgiveness, to talk to friends and family just to make the relationship work by force, most of the time which doesn't yield results. Okay? Nti abachala basinga emotional control bali evenings of relationship because they go in wrong actions or emotional actions to mend the relationship, which doesn't yield results. Nebigana, I nebigana worse. Okay? So, this kind of emotional reactions to relationships gives you temporary results, but not permanent. Nti nobona agamba nti oddayo relationship nga eganye nga amazima ogali nga n'obwongo bugambira omuntu alimba n'okifikisinga n'okubawo ekiraka. Few years down the road, you'll end up the way you were before, which means still emotions have not helped you. The brain told you the truth. How to treat emotions in the evening is different. And emotional reactions in that time doesn't make any sense. In fact, you need the brain more. Okay? So, getting the strength to move out of a relationship which is bad is the most hardest. Because women are emotionally attached to men because we're emotional creatures. Our emotional investments in love is very huge than the man's emotional investment is on money. If he spends on you, he will feel it. If he doesn't, he will walk away easily. So they don't have anything to lose. However, when you emotionally invest yourself in a relationship, the heart, you get so hurt, it's like as if you put your money there. That's how different we are. Okay? So as men are attached to money, we are attached to the heart. The more love you give, the more you expect to be reciprocated. When you don't get it back, it becomes a bit messy. Okay? So then, learning how to control emotion in the evening is very important. When the relationship has ended, you may not mess up. You may not give even, they call it throwing good man on bad. That is throwing good man on bad. Okay? Nti relationship eganye ati no yongera mu budde bulala. Obanga omuntu a investinga business ngegudde ate ngo kyayongeramu. That is what most women do when it comes to a relationship. So the question would you ask is, how do I control myself emotionally when I'm facing divorce, when I'm in separation, when I've known the relationship won't work, he is not in it? How would you react? So the how, like I told you, we shall have a video for that to the channel members. How to become a channel member? Please click on the description section below. Okay? There is a link that takes you to the membership. If you can't be a member on channel on YouTube, then become a member on WhatsApp. You'll get all this useful content. The video will be available to you immediately. So then, in that video, we shall tell you the hows. Most importantly, the 4 ways on how to control your emotions. The 4 ways when you're in the evening. Relationship ngeganye. Engeri nnya zoyinza amakubo goyinza okukwata. The first one is the easy way. The second one is the hard way. The third one is the hardest way. And the fourth one is the most important way. All these ways work. It's up to you what you want to employ. The most important, it's up to you which way you're going to use. Because at the end of a relationship, everybody needs relief. Relief. Relief and finding a way out to the next level of development. So we shall give you all those ways that you're going to use to get out of the bad relationship. Tukwegamba okufuna omutima okomye ekintu ekiganye. Si kyangu banange ng'otaddemu relationship, otaddemu omutima, mulimu abaana, mulimu essente, ekintu ekyo kizibu. That's why abasinga bakifiiramu. Okay? So returning back to who you are is success. Especially after the breakup or after a bad marriage. It's the most difficult. Trust me. Okay? So, in the same, we shall show you how to treat the broken heart. Because like a physical wound, you need treatment. Nga bwolaba ekiwundu nga kikadde nga kiri kirwadde kyetaaga kimendinga up n'omutima nga bagumenye gwetaagako patches. So we shall give you ways on how to patch up your heart, because the heart matters. Don't become like these people who say love yantama nabivaamu era nabibiramu ddala ate ne bamala emyaka mingi ne bamuzaalira omukubeera ogwokubiri. Okay? Learn how to punch holes. Okuba ebiraka ku mutima gwo gambe kati kanzireyo. Life plays and life continues. Remember, not all those you love will love you back. It's the rule of life. Those who reciprocate your love will be few. Ate era ebiseera ebisinga abantu buyagala tebakwagala. That's how love is. Okwagala takwagala, unrequited love. So you should learn how to forgive and then to accept how life plays in love. But not to give in to despair, worry, hate, fear, hunger, because things are not worked out. It won't help either. Okay? So you'll get back your broken heart together, okay? After learning how to control emotions. Because like I told you in the beginning, engage your marriage relationship is very important than how you started it. Engeri gyekomamu enyuma nnyo kubanga tomanyi muntu ono myaka 10 agenda kubeera ni gy'oli. Than living a relationship where you've strangled somebody's life nti niwe mbewe meeting emyaka 2 okuva kati teno mayiga tunamunne maaso. Okay? That is life management. Because an enemy today is your friend tomorrow. A friend today is an enemy tomorrow. So life is like that. Okay? So we need to understand that life plays in such a way when it comes to love. And to remind you that end well. Never end a relationship. In fact, live a relationship when you're peaceful. Not when you're shouting. It doesn't work. Okay? So, to avoid all that depression, anxiety, worry, fear, you need to know the do's and the don'ts when it comes to emotional management at the end of the relationship. Bw'onaategeera do's and the don'ts, ojja kwesavinga mistakes abantu ze bakolanga obufumbo buggwako, omukwano guggwako, courtship eggwako ne bafuuka ekirala. At the end of the day, n'atafunamu, ate n'afiira na kinene kyateekamu. Like I said, the end matters. How you end is more important than the beginning. That's why tutandikire ku beginning, I mean ku end of a relationship, the evening. Because the evening is very important. That's how we want to be remembered. Era oli womugamba nti gundi oyo yali mwagalwa tombuulira kyeyankola. Muve mu relationship z'abantu nga oli talina kyakugenda kuwandiikako. Nga ne ex wajjukira gamba bambi yenyini esali omusango. Okay? That peaceful separation where there is no bloodshed. Because there is a writer who said, when a war ends in bloodshed, that's not victory. No wangudde. Asobola banga omusayi guyiika. Nogamba mpangudde olutalo. That is not victory. Victory is when all of you end. Nga n'omusayi tewali. Which means a relationship must be ending. It must end on peaceful result. Buli omu nakivaamu peacefully. But there we need management. That's the reason for this assertion. So then, finally, when you learn how to control your emotions in the evening of love, you will save yourself bitterness of life. You will save yourself from blocking yourself from useful relationships. People who will come to love you, when they find you bitter, they will smell you a mile away and they take off. So don't think that you're the first one to lose a relationship or to have a relationship that never worked. It has happened to millions of people and they have healed out of it. So learning how to control yourself at that time when you have lost love is actually success and victory. Nga we mbagambye ekyawo asita olutalo lugwanga abantu bayika musaayi naawe awangudde obeera tebuba buwanguzi. Okay? So let's learn that art. And it's a very psychological kind of experience when you learn how to end everything in a peaceful result. And life moves on. Then you get new opportunities than blocking yourself of opportunities because of hunger and despair that comes with the end of a relationship. So always remember, when you end a relationship, the way you behave, the way you feel, the impact it has on you is more important than how you started it. And that's what you'll always remember. And that's what they will remember about you. Because in ndabya abakyala abava mu relationship bagana n'abasajja okulaba abaana baabwe. Nakijjukira after 10 years nti alina ne importance nti father because bakozesa emotions. Temukozesa emotions. Emotions tegeeza nti newoba obusungu obufunye waliwo amateeka agabufuga. So tugenda balaga abali ku channel members how to deal with emotions when you're in a heartbreak. How to deal with emotions when the end of a relationship or a marriage has come. How to deal with emotions when you discover someone is a jerk. Gasiye muntu gwali osuubira kubeera. N'ogenda omuzuula bw'oti nga talina mulamwa. Okay? How to control yourself at that point of life where hunger is at its peak and you regret your decisions. Okay? So, you know who is the boss at that particular moment. Like I said, the heart doesn't matter. The heart tells you muvume. The mind tells you, but there is bloodshed. Okay? So when you learn that balance in life and love, then ending a relationship will be very easy for you. Peaceful is when you know the truth. Ekiremeza abakyala mu relationships embi tebamanyi mazima. Babalowooza ebintu binaakyuka mu future. Naye nga tebirikyuka. N'akibeeramu mpaka waakikoowa n'ekiggwanga bwe yakiraba. Ate n'anyegala nnyo. Okay? So, end your relationships wisely. Go in the evening of your relationship wisely by managing how the emotions play at that particular point in life. So today we've learned when relationships need emotional control at the beginning and at the end. So next week we shall look at the morning of the relationship and how to control yourself at that particular moment. And I remind you again, the solutions on the how-tos, how to control yourself in the evening, is for the set channel members. We're going to find a video, evening of the relationship. Thank you so much. And just to remind you, Mariam Nakuja, I'm the Ladies Guide. Also, we have a new product of the Secret Club. With my experience as a counseling psychologist, tukizudde nti abantu balina ebyama bye bateza okugamba muntu yenna. okiina wazaala muntu gwe batasuubira nti wamuzaalamu ng'olina kufaana kyama kyo naye ng'omwana waali oyina ekyama ekikutawaanya naye nga bw'okyogera bwoti bagenda kisatulula kiyita ebizibu ku mulimu mu famire oba ne ku kyalo gy'ova. So okuba n'ebyama obuseera ebisinga abantu bibanyiga because human beings are meant to talk. Either ojja kigamba stranger, ojja kigamba omuntu atasaanidde akyase, akigambe buli muntu. So secret handling is one of the difficult things because abantu balina olugambo. Tuli batono omuntu gwagamba nekikomanga bw'okingambye. Ate omuntu gw'okigambye alina okubanga either ali busy nnyo talina budde bwa lugambo naye abantu osobola kusirika wano alina okwogera. So bw'oba olina ebyama oba olina ekyama naye ng'oyagala kigamba muntu nga kyakulema ddawani gw'okigamba twabakoledde department eyo nti kati gwe jangu okiŋŋambe nze bw'okiŋŋamba kigenda kukomaawo tusekemu oba tukaabemu ate nkitereke. Ate mwana wattu ebiseera ebisinga abantu tutuuka n'okufa ng'ekyama kinaafa nakyo nekyera n'ebizibu nga omwana yamuzaala omwana yali wa muganda bwe katugambye oba wa priest oba wa ebintu ebyo biri extreme in life kati nga osobola binyumiza kakati nze ate wobiŋŋamba ne wobeera oli ku funeral nze alivayo nenjogera bannange omwana oyo gundi situka wagundi ekyama nga kiggwa ofudde bulungi erina omu ategedde toswadde ate kikomye because ekyama kirina okukoma abantu bakoma babeera nabyo kimusiiwa nabeera bwadaga nkigamba ani ono naga kampita ku gundi oba wakafuna mukwano gw'omupya omukamuneka nkubulire oba kijagala okugamba nazaala mu priest oyo neyekanga nagamba gundi okanga ne priest wangoyo ku mulimu. So ebyama biri very important. Bw'oba owulira nga kikusiibwa tulina department secret club teri ali kiwulira ate bw'okyogera mwana wattu okakkana n'osirika n'ogaa kiri safe with Mariam Nagujja talikyogera nsirina budde bugeya. I don't have time. Library mwizira bazijjudde ebitabo. I have a lot of things to do than gossip somebody. Nerinya obutalijjukira. Okay? So we are trained and it's only a trained psychologist who can keep a secret. Counselors can't. Even religious leaders ajja kugeya mu kanisa oba mupumuzi agaba sister gundi imuka oyo mulaba yajje wange nanga bakyogera. So training lips is also discipline. When to talk, what. So that's called the secret club. Abachagala, write to us in the numbers below. Ngenda bakolera ka department ka mwaka ebyama. Ebyama ebyo binyumira nnyo because most of the time abantu bafuna relief. Because chavudde ku idea nti I've gotten like focus of suicidal thoughts. Is abantu abenjawulo ngomuntu agenda kwetta. Nagamba bandi ngenda kwetta. Ng'alina ekyama kimutta talina gwakigamba nawulira nga ali lonely. Ne bwe yakiŋŋamba bw'ati n'afuna relief n'afuna obulamu n'eŋŋamba wow. So meaning people can keep secrets and they kill themselves because of the secret. Talina gwakigamba maama wagenda geya mugeya taata we tasobola mwesiga baganda bajja musegerera mikwano gye gijja mugeya. Nobody will understand you, none. So we are professionals who keep secrets and I've done it for many people. Now let me do it for the nation. Okay? So nza kisigaza era ukiŋŋamba weeyagala nkiwulizingire. Ongamba Mariam olunaku lwe nnaava mu nsi muno omwana ono omujjangayo n'obagamba nti omwana wa gundi. Nze nga mbagala ne mwana wa gundi nkyogerako nga nawe tokyaliwo. Isn't that beautiful? We are few and do that. Thank you so much and see you again next week. I'm Mariam Nagujja and love you so much. Bye bye.
She's a lady. She's a woman. She is love.